smaller now. Rowan's breath comes fast, and the heat inside him claws at his chest, mixing with fear. Lord Darion's cold eyes stay fixed on him, as if Rowan is nothing more than something to own. Alden doesn't move. His broad back blocks Darion's path. "You will not force him," Alden says, voice low but strong. Darion raises an eyebrow, bored. "You are just a knight," he says. "Step aside." "No," Alden says. Rowan feels his heart jump. Even with the heat swirling in his blood, Alden's words break through the fear. Merrick's face darkens. "Sir Alden, remember your oath." "I remember," Alden says. "I swore to protect him. Even from you." Darion steps closer. Rowan's chest tightens so hard it hurts. His body pulls toward the alpha's scent, but his mind screams no. Rowan grabs the back of Alden's cloak to stop himself from moving. Darion's eyes flick to Rowan's hand. "The bond will calm him," he says, voice smooth. "It is what he was born for." Rowan's anger rises, burning hotter than the heat in his blood. "I was not born for you," he says. His voice trembles, but it doesn't break. "I was born for myself." For a moment, silence fills the hall. Even Merrick looks surprised. Darion's mouth tightens. "Then you choose chaos," he says. "I choose freedom," Rowan says. Alden glances back at him, eyes soft but proud. "Stay close," he says again. Rowan nods, his grip tightening on Alden's cloak. Theo steps to Rowan's side, face pale but brave. "We won't let them take you," he says. Darion's gaze moves to Theo. "You should step back, boy," he warns. "No," Theo says. His voice shakes, but he doesn't move. Rowan's heat pulses hard, making spots dance at the edge of his vision. The bond inside his chest, the one that feels faint and new, tied to Alden, tugs at him, quiet but steady. It feels warm, not cold. "Your Highness," Merrick says, voice colder now. "If you refuse, you place the realm at risk." "You placed it at risk when you tried to control me," Rowan says, breathing hard. Darion moves again, stepping closer. The scent hits Rowan like a wave, sharp and demanding. His legs weaken, and for a moment he sways. Alden's hand catches his arm, steadying him. "I've got you," Alden whispers. Rowan's heart jumps at the words. Even with the heat dizzying his thoughts, Alden's touch feels right. Darion stops, eyes narrowing. "Do you think you can protect him forever?" "Yes," Alden says, simple and sure. Darion's gaze darkens. "Then prove it." Without warning, Darion lunges forward, hand outstretched toward Rowan. Rowan gasps, stumbling back, but Alden moves faster. Steel flashes. Alden draws his sword, stepping between Darion and Rowan. The blade's tip points straight at Darion's chest. "Don't," Alden warns, voice low and dangerous. The room freezes. Theo's breath catches beside Rowan. Rowan's own heart pounds so loud, he can barely hear anything else. Darion's eyes narrow, but he lifts his hand slowly, stopping his advance. "Very well," he says. "But this isn't over." Merrick rises from his chair, face tight with anger. "Sir Alden, you forget your place," he says. "The punishment for raising a blade to a lord is death." Alden doesn't lower his sword. "So be it," he says. Rowan's voice breaks through, raw and loud. "If you hurt him, you will lose me," he shouts. "Forever." The words echo in the cold hall. For a moment, no one speaks. Even the torches seem to flicker quieter. Merrick's face shifts, and Rowan sees doubt, just for a breath. "Take him away," he orders at last, voice shaking with anger. Darion steps back, eyes cold and unreadable. "This isn't finished, Your Highness," he says, voice soft but sharp. Rowan lifts his chin. "No," he says, breathless but steady. It is. Alden steps back to Rowan's side, sword still raised. Theo places a hand on Rowan's shoulder, grounding him. Together, they turn and walk out of the chamber, leaving the stunned council behind. Rowan's legs feel weak, but Alden's steady presence keeps him upright. Outside the heavy doors, Rowan stops, breath shaking. Alden lowers his sword, turning to look at him. "You did it," Alden says softly. "I almost fell," Rowan whispers. "But you didn't," Alden says. His hand brushes Rowan's arm, gentle but firm. Rowan looks up, meeting Alden's eyes. In that moment, he feels the bond between them, faint but warm. Not forced, not demanded, but chosen. "I'm glad you were here," Rowan says, voice low. "I always will be," Alden answers. The corridor outside the council chamber feels brighter than Rowan remembered. The cold air bites at his flushed skin, but it helps clear his head. His heart still beats too fast, but Alden's hand on his arm steadies him. Theo walks beside them, quiet but alert. His eyes dart around, watching for guards or anyone sent by the council. Rowan knows the danger isn't over, but for now, they're free. Rowan stops walking and leans back against the wall, trying to slow his breathing. The heat inside him still burns, but it feels calmer near Alden. "Are you all right?" Alden asks. His voice is soft, but there's a tightness under it Rowan recognizes. "Worry? I don't know," Rowan admits. "I thought I'd faint when Darion got close." "You didn't," Alden says. "You stood your ground." Rojan looks at him, searching his face. "Even when I almost fell," he says quietly. "I would have caught you," Alden says. Something in Rowan's chest tightens, part fear, part relief, and something softer he's not ready to name. Theo clears his throat gently. "What now?" he asks. "The council won't stop after this." "I know," Rowan says. His voice is quiet but firm. "But I won't run. I won't hide anymore," Alden nods. "Then we need a plan," he says. Rowan pushes off the wall, drawing in a deep breath. "I can't do this alone," he says, voice almost a whisper. "You're not alone," Alden says, simple and sure. Theo steps closer, placing a hand on Rowan's shoulder. "And you never will be," he adds. Rowan lets the words sink in. For so long, he felt like a secret locked away, something to be hidden or controlled. Now, for the first time, he feels like someone instead of something. "We should go back to your rooms," Theo says quietly. "It isn't safe to stay here in the open." Rowan nods, though his legs still feel shaky. Alden's hand remains light on his arm, not holding, just there if Rowan needs it. They walk back through the palace halls. Servants pass by with lowered eyes, and Rowan feels the whispers following them like shadows. But he keeps his head high. Inside his chambers, Rowan lets out a long breath. The fire is burning low. Theo moves to add another log, the soft crackle filling the quiet. Rowan sinks onto the edge of the bed, suddenly tired all over. The heat in his body pulses, not as sharp as before, but still there, like an ember refusing to die. Alden stands by the door, watching. His eyes are careful, but Rowan sees the worry there too. "You should rest," Alden says softly. Rowan shakes his head. "I don't think I can." Theo glances at Rowan, then at Alden. "I'll bring tea," he says. "Maybe it will help." When Theo steps out, Rowan's room feels too quiet. Rowan looks up at Alden. "I hate this feeling," he whispers. "I know," Alden says. Rowan's voice cracks. "It makes me feel like I'm not myself." "You are," Alden says gently. "The heat doesn't change who you are." Rowan's eyes sting. "And if it makes me do something I regret, then I'll stop you," Alden says, stepping closer. "Not because I don't want you, but because I do. And because I want it to be your choice, Rowan's chest aches at the honesty in Alden's words. I don't know how to want anything without the heat telling me, he says. Then wait. Alden says, wait until it's clearer, and if you still want me, then tell me. Rowan's breath shakes. And if I do, then I'll be yours, Alden says, voice quiet but certain. Rowan closes his eyes. The words settle into him, warm and heavy, calming the worst of the restless ache inside. The door opens softly. Theo steps back in, carrying a tray with a pot of tea and 2 cups. It might help, he says, setting it down. Rowan manages a small smile. Thank you. Theo pours the tea, the scent filling the room. Soft, floral, comforting. Rowan takes the cup, holding it in both hands. The warmth seeps into his palms, steady and grounding. For the first time in days, the heat inside him feels less like a storm and more like a low fire he can control. And as he sits there, with Alden near and Theo beside him, Rowan starts to believe that maybe, just maybe, he can face what comes next. Later that night, the palace feels quiet in a way that makes Rowan's thoughts louder. The fire burns low, painting the walls in soft orange light. Rowan sits by the window, cup of cold tea in his hands, staring out into the dark courtyard. His body still feels too warm. The heat doesn't leave, only softens when Alden is near. Rowan doesn't know what that means, but he can't stop thinking about it. A soft knock breaks the silence. Rowan doesn't have to ask who it is. Come in, he says. Alden steps inside, closing the door behind him. His armor is off and his shirt is loose at the collar. Rowan's eyes catch on the scar across Alden's ribs, half hidden by fabric. I thought you might still be awake, Alden says quietly. I can't sleep, Rowan admits. His voice sounds tired, even to his own ears. Alden nods and walks closer. May I sit? Rowan nods, and Alden pulls over a small chair sitting across from him. The distance is small, but it feels safer than sharing the bed. For a while, they don't speak. The silence is calm, not heavy. Rowan Hindal. The silence is calm, not heavy. Rowan looks down at his hands. It still burns, he says softly. I know, Alden says. His voice is low, careful. Does it feel worse? Rowan shakes his head. It's steady, but it doesn't go away. Alden's gaze is gentle. Do you want me to stay closer? Rowan hesitates, then nods. Please, Alden moves his chair nearer until his knees almost touch Rowan's. The warmth of him makes the restless ache inside Rowan ease, just a little. Rowan looks up, meeting Alden's eyes. Do you ever hate what you are? He asks suddenly. Alden blinks, surprised. Sometimes, he says after a moment, but not when I'm with you. Rowan's breath catches. The words settle warm and heavy in his chest. I hate feeling weak, Rowan admits. His voice shakes. Like my body isn't mine. You're not weak, Alden says. His tone is quiet but sure. Wanting doesn't make you weak. Rowan looks at him, studying his face in the firelight. Why are you always so patient with me? Alden's mouth twitches, almost a smile. Because I care, he says simply. The words are soft, but they feel louder than anything Rowan has heard in days. I'm scared, Rowan whispers, of what the council will do, of what the heat will make me want. I'm scared too, Alden admits, but I won't leave you. Rowan's chest aches with something that feels bigger than fear. I don't want to be alone, he says softly. You're not alone, Alden says. They sit there, the space between them warm and full of words left unspoken. Rowan's hand moves, almost on its own, resting lightly over Alden's. Alden doesn't move away. His hand turns, fingers brushing against Rowan's palm, warm and steady. The simple touch makes Rowan's heart beat faster, but in a good way. Softer, calmer, not sharp and desperate like before. I don't know what comes next, Rowan says quietly. Then we'll figure it out together, Alden says. Rowan nods, eyes stinging. Thank you. You don't have to thank me, Alden says. I'm here because I want to be. Rowan lets his eyes close for a moment, breathing in Alden's scent. The heat still burns, but it feels different now. Less like a trap, more like something he might learn to live with. Will you stay until I fall asleep? Rowan asks, voice small. I'll stay all night, Alden says. And as Rowan leans back against the chair, the firelight flickering softly, he believes him.
Tired of laggy videos? Enjoy a fast, sleek interface. No confusing menus, just pure watching. It's totally free with ads. Perfect for budget-conscious binge watchers. Ready for smoother streaming? Download MSP Player and upgrade your experience.